poppin', people? Today we have something a little bit different. There's been a rumor going around about some potential leaks that I've seen, and normally I don't make videos like this on potential leaks or rumors, but I was really excited about this one, so I really wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it and maybe show it to you guys if you haven't seen it yet. That being said, this is a potential leak. It is a rumor going around. It might not be true. It might very well be true. Normally these things aren't true, but either way I'm very excited about it. But that being said, like I said, it is a potential leak. So if you don't want to see this content, I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to close out of the video. If you do want to see the content, go ahead and stay for those couple seconds and I'll get right into it afterwards. Alright, now that the people that do want to see this are still here, I can get hype now. I didn't want to get hype in the beginning of the video because I didn't want to influence people that didn't want to see it into wanting to see it, you know? So now I can get hype, people. This is pretty crazy, all right? Like I said, normally I don't make videos on leaks or rumors or anything like that, but I really like the design of these Pokemon, which is why I'm doing this. So there's been a picture floating around, right? And it's been a picture showing the potential final evolutions of the starter Pokemon. So like I said, this is a leak or potential leak, or it could just be a random drawing. But as we do see on these pictures, it says confidential on them, right on them. So I don't know if this is a concept art kind of thing. I don't know if this is actually a real leak. I don't know what it is exactly. But the only reason I'm making this video is because of what we do know. And what we do know is that this picture has been disappearing from online in a lot of places. That's what we do know. So that kind of gives it a little bit of credibility, don't you think? I think it does. And where I got this information from was actually from pokejungle.net. They made an article about this because, like I said, this picture's been floating around. I actually saw it last night and I thought it was really interesting. So I actually saved the picture and I'm glad I did because now it's disappearing. I saved the picture because I really like the designs of these Pokemon. I wasn't gonna make a video on it last night though. I just saved it for my own personal, what's the word? My own personal pleasure, I guess. I wanted to study this picture and look at it and you know, kind of fantasize over what these Pokemon were gonna end up being. But then the picture starts disappearing and then I see this article. So I was like, yo, this is kind of interesting. So I'm gonna go over what this article says. I'm gonna read it out loud. A Chinese rumor about Pokemon Sun and Moon has seemingly gained credibility after predicting a poison/fire type Pokemon, which was fulfilled with the reveal of Salandit. You can read it below, translated by Cresselia of Smogon Forums. So it goes on to list a couple of points that will apparently be in the game. Who knows? I don't know if this is true or not. Like I said, this is a leak or potential leak or spoiler or rumor, but let's go ahead and read it. There will be no traditional gyms and no Pokemon League in Alola. Your goal is to actually create one. After you do, an Elite Four will appear, which are the leaders of each island. Okay, don't know. I have no opinion on that at all. The final starter evolutions will be an Archer, a Wrestler, and a Siren. So that's what we see here in these three pictures. Apparently the final evolution of Rowlet is going to be an Archer, and I actually really like this design. I really do. I really hope that means that he's some kind of fast or very strong Pokemon. But like I said, I don't know if this is real or not. It says confidential on it. That could easily be added. Like I said, I'm just giving my opinion on the actual Pokemon itself. I like the design of this Pokemon a lot. So that's just me. And then it says that the final evolution of Litten will be a Wrestler. Now, I really hope that if that's true, that he's not fire and fighting. I'm pretty sure nobody wants that. I'm pretty sure nobody at all wants that again, okay? But it does say that he's a Wrestler. I actually like his design too. He's clearly a tiger. He's clearly some kind of tiger, okay? I hope that this doesn't just necessarily mean for a fact that he's going to be firefighting. Maybe he can be a dark type Wrestler or something. I don't know. Nobody wants another firefighting type Pokemon though. I hope this is a troll. And then a Siren. I'm not actually quite familiar with what that is. I should probably look it up. Alright, so I have indeed looked it up, and it says, in Greek mythology, the Sirens were beautiful yet dangerous creatures who lured nearby sailors with their enchanting music and voices to shipwreck on the rocky coast of their island. Okay! That's cool, man! See, I actually really like this design too. If Popplio actually evolves into this, I might have to switch starters, man. This is a clean Pokemon right here. This is a clean Pokemon. I like this a lot. I really do like all three of these designs. You guys might not, but I do. like I said, I'm just giving my opinions on all this, because if this is real, I would not be upset with this at all. If it's not real, whatever. But if it is real, and like I said, the only reason I'm even making this video is because it has some kind of credibility, because it's being removed from the internet. Why would they remove the picture from the internet if it's not like headed in the right direction? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, there's a little more on this article. The diamond stones will be collectible throughout the region and act similarly to megastones, but not exactly. So it doesn't really clarify what the difference is there. But apparently these diamond stones will be similar to megastones, or whatever that means. New Pokemon based on a dolphin, sea cucumber, snowman, mushroom, and rugby monkey are there. Snowman? Are you serious, dude? We already have a bomb of snow. Rockruff's evolution is a werewolf. Okay, see, something like that is probably the thing I would look out for the most. As a matter of fact, if this list is as old as I think it is, and it came out before Rockruff was even introduced to us, then this list could very well be true, because honestly, I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were talking about Rockruff when he was officially revealed to us on the Pokemon website, they actually hinted at him becoming a werewolf, because I'll just read it from the actual Pokemon website here. Rockruff is a sociable Pokemon, but as it grows, its disposition gets wilder. If it begins to howl when the sun goes down, that is proof that it's close to evolving. It's said that it leaves its trainer's side to evolve and returns again when fully evolved. That entire section right there points to him definitely becoming a werewolf. He gets wilder, he begins to howl when the sun goes down, he leaves and comes back, he evolves and comes back. This Pokemon may very well become a werewolf. So depending on how old this list is, you know what, I'm gonna assume that this list came out after Rockruff was revealed, because they had his name on here. They have his American name on here, his English name. So I honestly, like I said, I actually have no idea when this list was conceived. But honestly, now that I think about it, it's probably not very difficult to just point out that he'll become a werewolf, depending on when this list was made. If it was made after Rockruff was revealed, reading that paragraph, you can definitely come to the conclusion that he'll become a werewolf. But if this list was made before Rockruff was revealed, which is probably not possible because they have his English name on there. Actually, you know what? Who knows? Because the list, what I'm reading is in English, but the original list was in Chinese. All the rumors were in Chinese originally. So, like I said, I don't know when this information came out. I don't know when this rumor was being circulated. But either way, it is very interesting that they say Rockruff will become a werewolf. But like I said, that's a pretty safe assumption to make just reading off this paragraph here. So, who knows? Machado, another copyrighted Pokemon name, has a very unique type combo. See, stuff like that is exactly what I'm talking about. That does not help anybody. A very unique type combo. It's either unique or it's not. What is very unique? Unless it's just the only one of its kind. But either way, like I said, Rockruff's evolution is a werewolf, is much more solid than Machado, another copyrighted Pokemon name, has a very unique type combo. It doesn't even say anything. If you know that it has a unique type combo, why don't you just say what the type combo is? Anyways, at the bottom of the article is where the information that I'm telling you guys came from. In addition, it seems that the majority of the images of the leaked starters seen above have mysteriously disappeared from Google image search. There is no way of knowing, but it is possible official takedown notices have been sent to have them removed from search results. This is a warning. I may soon remove the image myself. So like I said, there's credibility. There's a reason that these pictures are being removed. Who knows who's doing it? Who knows why they're disappearing? But the fact remains that these pictures are being removed. So I'm pretty excited, man. I'm pretty excited. I would not mind these being the final starter evolutions at all. If they're not, that just brings me more surprises later on in the future. Let me know what you guys think if you did actually end up watching the entire video. If you didn't, you might have missed out, but I appreciate you guys still clicking on the video, and I definitely want to respect the people that don't want to see leaks or rumors or stuff like that. So I'm going to try to keep videos like this in the future. If I do make any, I'm going to try to keep them as secretive as possible, at least at the beginning of the video. I'm not going to leak any information, not going to put any pictures on the thumbnail or anything like that. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter at shofu, and we'll be back when there's more Pokemon Sun and Moon news. Bye!